Hi everybody, so welcome to our Twitch channel for the Mirage Island. We'll be streaming the Singapore versus Hong Kong friendly, which is the first friendly series for this VGC 2016 season. With me, I have Wei Wen as my
everybody.
co-commentator. Okay, so for this entire friendly, we selected 9 players via the qualifiers and 9 best players from our 9 very good and very strong players from Singapore.
Yeah, we had them fight it out in a qualifier round to decide the top 9, as we had 16 people interested to participate in the friendly. So out of the 9, the top 9 Singapore players are Sheng Lo, Nicholas Ong, Justin So, Ryan Chiam, Po Yu Jie, Brian Tan, Wilson Feng, Chelsea Tan, and Ruven Tan.
So they will again be pitting their skills and wits against the Hong Kong players as well. So on stream, there will be the game that will be on stream, which will be
Justin So against Ivan
Kwok. Yeah. So hence they have from the team preview. I cannot see.
Yes, and I think. Okay, so Ivan's running a team of Politoad, Kingdra, Gotitel, Scruffy, Mau, and Rotom Heat.
Whereas Justin will be running a more standard team of Kangaskhan, Talonflame, AZ Slash, Landorus T, Heatran, and Breloom. So judging from the team composition, I would think that Ivan's team is largely Rain.
Yes.
Yeah, and hence the Heatran for Justin will not be quite useful against his team.
Yeah. Justin's team may have a bit of problems dealing with the rain on Ivan's side, because he has 3 Pokemon that are weak to water. There's Talonflame, Heatran, and as we see the game getting started here, round 1 of the Hong Kong versus SG friendly starting. Okay, Justin So against Ivan again. So Justin meets with Talonflame and Breloom. Both of them shiny, looking very nice. Against Rotom Heat and Gotitel.
So I would say in this case, Gotitel is likely probably to set up a trick room. However, and then Justin's Breloom is directly threatened by directly threatened by Rotom Heat.
We see Gotitel going for Protect, or Talonflame going for a Tailwind. That would be a very big mistake if Ivan decides to go for a trick room later on.
Yeah. So now burning the
Breloom with Rotom Wash.
Yes.
Rotom Heat, sorry. Will-O-Wisp. We see what else next.
So in a way now he has broken any potential focus session via the Will-O-Wisp.
Yes.
So a possible play now would be, probably to exert more pressure by Ivan by probably launching a Thunderbolt on Talonflame.
Yes, but as we can see, even though Justin does have the Tailwind up, the Talonflame can't do much against his opponent, as both of them one resists flying and fire, while the other is very bulky.
So that could be true as well, but the bulk can in turn go a long way for Ivan, because should he exercise any speed control.
We see Breloom going for a Protect here, not wanting to take maybe a Overheat from the Rotom. Talonflame going for a Brave Bird onto the Gotitel. Well, that barely does under 50% damage. And Rotom Heat going on for a Volt Switch onto
I would say that is a very good play, chipping way more than...
It doesn't knock out the Talonflame. Either the Talonflame is very bulky, or the Rotom does not have enough special attack to take it out.
Probably.
Yeah, Ivan switching it out for Mau. But
I would think that this switch will be quite questionable unless
he goes for a Trick Room.
Yes.
And he does go for the Trick Room.
As expected, he goes for the Trick Room.
Now Justin's in a very big disadvantage, as he has Tailwind up and both of the Pokemon are already slower than his Talonflame and Breloom.
I would say that Trick Room itself has rendered his Tailwind speed control useless and turn it against his favor.
It's quite hard for Justin to recover from this position, as we can see that the only thing he can pull off here is a Brave Bird before he gets knocked out.
Yes, or potentially trying to launch a Play Rough probably on Breloom, or even a double spread move, something like Rock Slide, which is also quite common. in
But
Mobile.
Ivan may mispredict and maybe go for another play which allows Justin to get a flare bit off to onto the Mawile.
That is also another quite potential.
You see the Mawile going Mega here. But maybe targeting the Breloom.
I would say targeting the Breloom will put him in a much
Better position.
position.
Going for the Sucker Punch. Oh, but it fails. That means Breloom going for the Mark Punch onto Mawile, not doing a lot of damage as his burn.
And taunting
Taunting the Breloom.
So I think it's to prevent any
And his potential.
scoring. Yeah.
The Talonflame going for Willow.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Willow Whips. Okay, now in fact rendering Mawile useless even though it has a speed advantage.
yeah. But it should still be able to pick up the play rough onto the Breloom with the
Since that
KO.
it's so frail, right?
Yes, unless the Breloom is a bulky one, which I doubt. So.
In my opinion, I think that Sucker Punch was not really necessary.
Maybe he wanted a Sucker Punch of potential flare bits.
But he was probably touching potential flare. Oh, potential flare is okay. That
See
makes sense.
Mawile going for the play rough onto the Breloom.
And Breloom goes down.
Gothitelle going for a Psychic, and
also picking up the KO.
taking out the KO on Talonflame.
So right now, Justin is two Pokemon down.
Two down, so it's 2 against. If I'm not wrong, Ivan still has all 4 of his Pokemon.
Yes, exactly. But now he hasn't revealed his 4th one,
And he has a Burn Mawile.
Burn Mawile, and probably I think.
You see Justin sending out Edgy Slash
Edgy Slash and
and Kangaskhan. So Edgy Slash, since that is under Trick Room, but Justin still has Tailwind up.
well, the thing is, now under Trick Room, Mawile should get the speed jump. However, for Edgy Slash, it is most likely favorable in the Trick Room matchup regardless of what's the BP spread.
But
Can
if-
in turn target the Pokemon.
But if Edgy Slash chooses not to attack you, there's nothing much that Ivan can do against the Edgy Slash. Because he only has Psychic and Play Rough, which both Edgy Slash resist.
Yes.
We see Mawile going for Protect here. And Kangaskhan also going for Protect.
Which is actually very valuable information for Ivan since that it will
Then we
likely
do
be
see the Edgy Slash going for a substitute, so that we and taunting the Edgy Slash, so it can't on the attack it can't go back to shield form.
So in a way, if he wants to recover, if he wants to maintain his shield form, so he has to retreat.
And you can see that the burn is slowly chipping Mega Mawile's HP down.
But I think in terms of the Pokemon count now, Ivan would have the slight advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, it allows him to execute more board positioning. So he goes
You see Mega Mawile going for the Iron Hit here onto the Kangaskhan.
Flinch.
Yeah, maybe he's fishing for the fish. And we see Shadow Ball
Shadow
going
Ball lightly going on the
onto-
Gothitelle, or it seems to be targeting a ball.
Wow. But
Okay.
it almost picks up the KO, but Burn will pick up the KO onto the Mawile there. You see Psychic doing decent. Oh, but getting the special defense drop onto the
defense drop
and the flinch onto the Kangaskhan.
I would say it's just not Justin's day.
But the Edgy Slash is still in a very good position now that Mega Mawile is down.
So now, now Ivan still, but however, Ivan can break the. Now that Trick Room is out, likely Rotom may be faster than, of course, Edge Slash. So he can use that to break the sub. So now we see
Politoed coming
yes.
out onto Ivan's end. Okay, so now with Trick Room over, so if Kangaskhan wants to pick up the KO here onto Gothitelle to prevent another Trick Room from going out, it may be enough, but Politoed can easily scour and pick up the KO onto Kangaskhan here.
Probably, yeah, because of the
We
range
see
booster.
Gothitelle switching out for Rotor Heat, Kangaskhan going for Double Edge onto the Politoed, predicting the switch of
I would say
Protect.
it's quite a smart play, so it has to try to minimize.
But what does the Perish Song onto the
Haha. Okay.
If the Edgy Slash does pick up the KO here onto Politoed, which it does, that means if Perish runs out, Edgy Slash will be the slowest Pokemon, but Gothitelle is not affected by Perish.
Yes. So I think his strategy is mainly to try to set up the Perish Song and then try to. But I think trapping him now makes no sense because he has already only left with 2.
So all Justin has to do is take out the Gothitelle, and Rotom and Edgy Slash should be the slowest Pokemon, therefore it will faint last, and so we'll have to see how Ivan plays on his end to handle the Perish trap.
However, personally, I think I think that actually Polito probably is quite slow, but he could have tried to dish off scald damage on
But the
Kangaskhan
very
from-
smart double going onto the Polito,
yeah,
leaving a
precisely.
switch or a protect onto the Gothitelle.
It seems to me that both Kangaskhan and Aegislash.
We see the Rotom Heat going for protect. I thought it might have been the Gothitelle. Oh, but he goes on double edge.
Double target.
Oh, and but if the Shadow Ball does go onto the Gothitelle, then it's still quite a favorable situation onto Justin. So Shadow Ball going onto the Gothitelle, but I don't think it may pick up the KO. Let's see. And it does pick up the KO.
Oh man.
With the critical, so
Not sure if it mattered, but
so now both Pokemon going down to Perish. I think Justin should have this game, right? Since
I would
if I
say-
remember, Perish trap
left to
the slower Pokemon will have the better end of the Perish trap, right?
yes, that's right. So
all Justin has to do is protect and protect and protect for the remaining of the 2 turns. And the rain not helping Rotom Heat here because it weakens the fire type.
I would say
going for another
sub.
substitute
Okay.
onto Justin's end.
So hence I think I would say the weather did not really help.
Did not really help, yes. But it might have affected Ivan's because overheat would have weakened the damage. But now for the next game, Ivan has to play his Perish trap turns better, and Justin takes game 1
Yeah.
of the friendly. So what do you think about that matchup? It seemed that Justin was having a pretty bad lead at the start.
Yeah, but he somehow turned the tables around, and I think personally I felt that Ivan may have made a few misplays.
Yes.
Because under the rain, he didn't want to. I mean, judging from the fact that he didn't know about the speed advantage and all that, but he could have tried to capitalize on the rain by launching water attacks,
Yes.
which will be boosted, and try to take out his Kangaskhan.
I felt that
as much as
he
possible.
was ignoring the Aegislash for a while at the moment.
Which I felt that could be a mistake.
And the crucial part of the Talonflame getting the Will-O-Wisp off onto the Maw as well.
Yes, it severely reduced his damage dealing.
As we
capabilities
jump
of
into
his team.
game 2 of the best of 3 set against Justin and Ivan here.
So what do you think, if you were Justin, how would you lead differently this time?
I would definitely not lead Talonflame because as the rain team on rain side on Ivan's end is very scary. So maybe if Breloom Breloom is a good lead, so you can counter most of the. And if Ivan choose to set up rain, he's weakening his own Rotom Heat, so overheat will not pick up the KO onto Breloom. As we jump into game
As we jump into game 2.
2 here. What would Justin and Ivan choose to lead this time? Justin leading Kanga Talon like I.
Wow, but I would think
and-
question mark, and now Ivan goes directly on the offensive
Yeah.
by setting rain.
So Justin can make a very gutsy play and not switch out his Talonflame, predicting nothing on to now attacks to be going. But I think since Ivan is 1 game down, he should go on the offense since
Yes.
because he's already down.
Wow, he's not
not going-
capitalizing on the swift swim.
He switches out. I think he may be planning to set up Perish trap straight away.
Oh.
So we may see Politoed going for a Perish here.
That is quite a good play too. But I mean, if he wants to probably go on the offense, he might.
We do see Talonflame going for Tailwind here, which
Again, the speed
again.
control. Yeah.
And Kangaskhan going for double edge onto the. Oh, will it pick up? Oh, with the Citrus, it will not
Berry,
pick
I
up the
don't think
K.
it will knock it out.
Citrus Berry wasn't reviewed in.
It wasn't revealed because I think he managed to kill it before even the Perish, before even the Citrus Berry activated.
We do see the Perish trap here, but with Talonflame can choose to Brave Bird the Gothitelle, knocking it out before it Trick Room. But there are some mind games going on here because if Gothitelle protects and Polito gets the Skull off onto the he'll pick up the KO and then remove the Talonflame from the game.
Yes, so that definitely instead, opting for a double protect play could be also.
And we do see Politoed going for the protect.
So I would say a
double
double protect.
protect here.
Yeah, a very plausible play.
Well, at least the next turn.
At least reducing by 1 turn is
Yes.
some turn, right?
But next turn, Talonflame can easily go for Brave Bird onto that slot.
Yes. So the thing is, now Talonflame has the option to kill off Gothitelle.
Yeah, or if Ivan wants to switch out, he can switch out for his Kingdra, but if Kingdra goes down, but Kingdra won't go down to a Brave Bird, but we do not know Ivan's 4th Pokemon yet, so, and he switches out the Politoed, which is a very questionable play on.
I would think it's a quite questionable.
Oh, it's a
And
Scruff?
it seems that Justin has made a very good prediction. He could have Brave Birded on that slot.
Maybe, but we also have to see. But Brave Bird with the Intimidate won't pick up the KO onto the Scrafty. But he makes a double switch and switching out into the Kingdra. So who would the Brave Bird go on? Will it be the Scrafty or the Kingdra?
We see Justin whooping just now, so probably it could be the Politoed slot.
He goes on to the
And
Scrafty slot, picks up
exactly the
50%
Yes.
of damage. But then again, since Scrafty could have a potential Quick Guard in the future, so to prevent any... Oh, but the double target onto the...
Wow.
Picks up the KO onto Scrafty.
Free damage.
But if Ivan wants to keep the -1 Talonflame and the Kangaskhan, he can send in Gothitelle to easily trap both of them, and then he can't do anything.
So probably I think that was Ivan's way of board positioning this time. He wants to make sure that both of them stays in, and then continue trapping them by Gothitelle.
Yes, and Trick Room now is still not up, but Kingdra is still the fastest Pokemon because of the rain. And even if Justin were to go for a Sucker Punch Brave, but it will not pick up the KO because of both of them minus. And a disconnect.
And a disconnect has happened.
Oh, on whose end? Oh no, has it happened?
I think it has.
A double protect onto Ivan's end.
I think if that's the case, we will need to have a rematch.
Rematch of this game
for
too.
Game 2.
Yes. But taking the Perichon taking out both Kangaskhan and Talonflame this turn. So Justin will have to send, if the disconnect doesn't happen, we have to send out Justin's back too. But as we can see, the disconnect happens here and we'll have to rematch that.
We have to rematch that. I mean, we just don't really count the result. But I'm sure from these two games, they will have gotten a lot more information. Yes.
But what do you think if the disconnect had happened and then the both of them failed? What do you think were his back too? Do you think it could have helped?
Judging from that position, right? Now Gothitelle has done his job to remove the most potent attackers from Justin's team. Likely, I don't think things like Heatran will be at his back.
Yeah, because of the. But then again, Kingdra did, both of them did get a protect off, so they are definitely attacking the next turn. But we don't know what Justin's back to.
I mean, probably Kingdra's what do you call that? The move set may include some spread moves like yeah. So I think let's wait for them to sort out the disconnection issues.
Okay. Okay, so we see. I think Justin has after this
Resume his match after the
disconnection.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll in a while we'll see both the screens, and we see Kangaskhan talent lead again on Justin's end, and Gothitelle Scrafty. Talonflame going Brave Bird onto the
lightly on the scrap.
Lightly on but onto the Gothitelle here. Maybe
doing way so little damage.
Yeah,
I guess
because of the intimidate.
Yes.
Double Edge also maybe going, but it will survive this attack and manage to get a potential trick room off.
Yes, I think that is Ivan's likely strategy.
Yes. We haven't seen what Gothitelle goes for a trick room, but what does Scrafty go for?
I'm guessing a fake out.
But both of them attack.
Both of them attack. I'm guessing a protect.
Maybe a detect or protect. Yeah, we did not see as the game has already started.
Yes.
Next turn we see trick room is still.
Trick room has just been set up.
Trick room has just been set up. Sorry. So now Kangas he had Ivan's end. He has the faster end because Scrafty, so he can start threatening with dishing out attacks and stuff.
I'm guessing that the also at the same time due to the intimidate, but he chose for the knockoff.
Scrafty going for the knockoff onto them, doing over 50%.
But I'm not sure
knocking
why
off the Chatty barrier onto the Talonflame and going for the Psychic as well. Maybe predicting a protect onto the Kangaskhan. And as we see Kangaskhan going for a double edge.
Since that since from the previous turn he already revealed that he has protect.
Yes.
Likely he doesn't have fake out.
True. And we see Talonflame going for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Scrafty. And as you can see, the Gothitelle is taking the attacks very well there because of the -1.
Yes.
And the Scrafty showing off the Lumberry.
Lumberry. But I would think that at this point in time, scouting, by the knockoff, I don't really understand what's the rationale.
Maybe he just
want
want to do damage onto the Talonflame because his other attack is Drain Punch, potentially, which Talonflame resists.
Probably he might be even predicted to protect from Kangaskhan.
Yes.
And hence he actually executed the knockoff on Talonflame. Heatran.
As we see Gothitelle going for the protect and Talonflame going for the Brave Bird onto the Scrafty slot. We're doing again for less than 50% damage and Talonflame knocking itself out from the recoil.
The bulk due to the intimidate is real. Scrafty now.
And the Scrafty going for the knockoff instead of the fighting type move.
I think it's really quite a questionable.
Maybe the knockoff was targeted onto the Talonflame, that's why. As we see Double Edge slowly chipping away the Kangaskhan's HP as well.
So it looks like, now 2 turns of Trick Room have gone.
Yes.
Ivan's both Pokemon.
And we see Edgy Slash coming in.
Certainly it will be helping
Trick Room side.
Justin's Trick Room matchup in a way. Since I think from his lineup, it doesn't have a slow mode other than, the main point of speed control was Tailwind, right?
Yes.
As you can see. And the Edgy Slash was, to me, I would have assumed that he is actually his only answer to Trick Room.
But the question is whether the Scrafty is faster than the Edgy Slash under the Trick Room.
That's
can get the potential knockoff.
Potential knockoff. And who knows? The thing
Scrafty going for the protect.
Or probably trying to conserve the Kangaskhan. Trying to conserve against Kangaskhan's double edge, which is already in KO range.
And we see Kangaskhan go for the Sucker Punch.
Taunt onto the Edgy Slash.
So we won't be seeing any more King Shield substitute onto the Edgy Slash. We go all on tech now.
Yes. Or in a way, I think taunting Edgy Slash may be a good choice.
Yes.
So that probably Justice may be forced to switch out. But we see a switch out from Ivan.
Yes, he switches out into the Politoed. And the Scrafty setting up the rain, of course, on Ivan end. But then we see does the Scrafty go for a knockoff onto the... it goes for the Drain Punch.
Drain Punch, and from here we can conclude that actually is faster than Edgy Slash.
Yes, so that picks up the KO onto... But it might be good because if Edgy Slash is faster, then the knockoff will pick up the KO onto the Edgy Slash in Blade form. We see Edgy Slash going for attack here. Shadow Ball onto the Politoed most likely. Yes, doing again less than 40%. As we can see, Ivan's Pokemon here is all quite bulky.
Or in a way, it makes more sense, right? Because Parish Trap teams usually would tend to attack less.
Yes,
and they tend to try to stall out the Perish trap turns as much as possible.
But now, since Trick Room is over, Justin can go on the full offense, as knowing his Pokemon are both faster.
Both much faster.
So he can go for a potential Bullet Seed onto the Polito and maybe a Flash Cannon if he's confident he can pick up the KO onto the Scrafty.
The thing is now Breloom is free to spore anything he wants.
Yeah. We see him going for the Bullet Seed onto the Polito. Will that pick up a KO? If he,
I think it
needs 3 hits. Oh, he gets it! And picking up the KO onto the Polito. And we see probably a Flash Cannon going onto the Scrafty.
I'm quite sure the Flash.
We do see the Flash Cannon, but will it be enough to pick up?
I think it.
That wasn't a critical, so that means that's roughly is most likely not Assault. That's the.
And obviously from the Lumberry activation, it's not.
Sorry.
And therefore, and the thing is, even though the Aegislash is not specially invested, but I'm guessing that it did not activate things like leftovers. Probably it's a weakness policy variant.
Now we can see Mawile and Godzilla, but if Breloom wants to go, he can potentially spore the Mawile, and Shadow Ball the
Aegislash.
The Godzilla.
Or Gothitelle, yes. But the Ivan may predict that, and he may protect to prevent the spore from happening.
Or he might Sucker Punch the Aegislash. And we see Mega Mawile going Mega here. This could be the deciding turn for this game.
Yes, I would think so. Now that
Sucker Punch going onto the Aegislash.
What a good read by
and picks up the one-hit KO.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
But we see him going for the spore onto the Mawile.
So actually, if I were Ivan, I might have protected to try to prevent the sporing. But the thing is now he has successfully set up Trick Room. He can just freely Psychic Breloom.
Psychic Breloom, yes, and there's nothing that Justin can do against. Even if he manages to pick up the KO and onto the Gothitelle and survive the Psychic, Mawile versus Breloom 1v1 is a very hard to beat situation.
Yes, definitely.
As we see Mawile taking his first turn of sleep, Gothitelle going for the Psychic onto the Breloom
and
picking up Bring Down Sash. So now at least Justin knows how much the Psychic will do.
It seems that he has quite.
He goes for the Bullet Seed.
He has quite a bit of
investment,
offense investment as well.
Yes.
So now he has come to a 1v1 situation whereby Mawile just needs to wake up and play rough.
Or Sucker Punch.
Even Sucker Punch.
Because he is down at 1 HP.
Yes.
Oh, and he wakes up here and gets the Iron Head off.
The Iron Head, and Ivan takes
game 2. And we'll be proceeding to with the critical hit. And we're proceeding to game 3.
Yeah, and now Ivan managed to recover and brings this match to a game 3.
Yes.
So I've had to applaud him for that. Now he managed to readjust his strategy, and after getting some information of Justin's team in game 1.
Now we'll see how both players, maybe Justin might not dare to bring the Kanga talent lead again, because as you can see, he just got double intimidated and got let down by Rain, so he might want to lead with something else this time.
Probably. So, but that would mean that if he cuts his options for not bringing Talonflame, it automatically says that he may not bring Heatran. Now from both games, he hasn't brought any. Brought Heatran in any of the games.
Bringing Heatran might be a good option if Ivan does not bring Rain in his third game.
But it seems to me, by now he would have realized that the matchup for him, for his solution would be to deploy Rain against Justin.
Yes, would be to deploy Rain.
So I'm guessing that
as
it's
we
very
see
likely that
the players going into game 3.
This will be the deciding game.
The deciding game to see who takes home the first match of the friendly on stream.
Yes.
You see Ivan issuing a challenge here. Leading this time Breloom and Heatran deciding to bring it, not being
what we expected.
And the Rain Lead coming out to Ivan. So Ivan just was like, I'm gonna bring Rain.
Not good at all for Justin.
And you see, as you can see, Justin's team, there is nothing that can switch out to resist a neutral water type move. Everything will be neutral.
At least neutral or even mostly super effective. Yes, and likely the Kingdra is likely to go on offense. Could be a Surf, could be a Muddy Water, but it risks being KO'd by the Breloom by Bullet Seed. So I'm guessing
Kingdra won't go down to a Bullet Seed because it.
But Politoed will.
Politoed will.
So he might want to capitalize on that. Now, judging from the fact that he already knows that the Politoed is quite slow.
Yes, we'll see how these players make their first move on game 3 here.
Wow, the heat trend lead is
Oh,
just
oh.
not good.
Ivan switching out the Politoed for the Scrafty, wanting to get the Intimidate off onto the physical type Breloom here. What do we see the Heatran? Does the Heatran dare to stay in?
Well, I
Oh, the
think
Heatran does stay in.
does stay in, but
Maybe getting a sub up.
yeah, probably. But the
Bullet Seed going onto the Scrafty here.
as expected, but that was Ivan has beautifully predicted that.
Yes.
And taking his Politoed out of danger.
But now Breloom knows it does not want to Bullet Seed that does not want to spore the Scrafty because of the Lumberry revealed earlier
Yes.
in game 2.
Definitely. So the thing is now that the Heat Trend already he tried to Earth Power the Kingdra. I think he has no business in Rain. I would make the smarter play would be to actually switch out Heat Trend for something else that
Yes.
can improve his matchup.
Because since now Kingdra has Protect, I don't think it will switch out. It should just go on the offense. But we see Breloom switching out here. So maybe an onto the Edgy Slash. So maybe predicting that the Scrafty won't use a knockoff onto the Breloom. Maybe it's down. And the Heatran still staying in the
Still
rain.
staying in the rain.
It does not want to. Oh, it fixed out. Oh, he went for a double target onto the Heatran. So,
The fake out went on the AG slash.
sorry. The figure out going onto Edgy Slash there, sorry. So we now, but Heatran is still in a very disadvantageous situation under the rain.
So the thing is, now that likely the last 3 Pokemon have been revealed on Justine's side, likely the last Pokemon will be the Mega. I mean,
Yes.
there's no doubt about that.
We see
So now
Kingdra
Kingdra
finally
going for
getting the Scout
getting an attack
off onto the Heatran, picking up the one-hit KO.
KO.
Under the rain, and this Kingdra being such offensive Pokemon. And then we may see the Scrafty going for a knockoff onto the Edgy Slash.
But it could be dangerous, you see. So
Oh.
the thing is, as we record that the AG Slash is actually
faster
than Scrafty.
So if he gets the knockoff, it just pick up the KO here onto the... Oh, but we see Shadow Ball doing actually a lot, but knockoff will pick up the KO
KO.
here onto the Edgy Slash.
Wow, 2
Now,
down instantly.
Yeah, and now Justine has Breloom and one more Pokemon.
One which is likely the Mega. I don't think he will opt not to bring it.
Yes.
So given, I mean, now that 3 turns of rain has passed.
Yes.
I mean, Ivan should continue to maintain this offensive momentum.
Yes.
By trying to launch as many attacks as it can before it goes down.
Kangaskhan has not reviewed Fake Out, so I don't think it has.
Some non-conventional Kangaskhan's actually carry both Protect and Fake Out. But I don't think in both games it has only protected. So
Yes.
probably a high probability that
So
it's faster.
Kingdra still has the fastest of... It's still
Yes.
the fastest.
It's still the fastest of
But
the 4.
Kangaskhan can easily Sucker Punch the Kingdra for the KO.
That's true also. So at least
And then Breloom maybe getting a Spore off onto the...
onto the Scrafty, but noting the fact that Scrafty
Has
has already
Lumberry.
Lumberry Egypt, has Lumberry, and hence I'm sure that he will take this information in mind.
Yes.
So now we are just waiting for
For-
Ivan to make a position. I think he's likely to be. So now we see the switch out for Scrafty and sending in Cage, which
This
is
is the God to
Gothic
Tell. I think Ivan may want to start setting up his Perish Trick Room mode.
Well, I mean, now he's up 4-2. I would prefer that I mean, if I were Ivan, I would have tried to keep up the offensive.
Yeah, keeping up the offense it would be bad. But we see Breloom going for a Mud Punch onto the Kingdra, picking up the KO. But we do see the Kangaskhan going for a Protect here.
Yes, I think so.
So if it had gotten the double edge, might have put Justine in a better situation. But we see Scrafty coming back in
And
to intimidate both the physical
Intimidate
type
again, and judging from the information from the previous game, Gothitelle is likely also to be able to tank any potential sucker punches.
Yes.
Or even to try to get off a sidekick. But the thing is, now Breloom is faster, so it can also try to stop such a thing by sporing on the.
We see Scrafty fake out going onto the Breloom here.
breaking the potential,
So
breaking the
getting a crit
focus
along the
edge.
way. And we see Kangaskhan going for a double edge onto the Scrafty, hoping to pick up the KO, but it doesn't here.
I don't think it would, and I think Gothitelle is
Just
likely
planning
to
to go.
target on the Breloom.
Or it might go for Trick Room, which we do see here.
Well, that's quite a good end. I mean, trying to have established some field control now.
Yes, so now Ivan has the field advantage because both he can easily go for
Attacks.
attacks, just all attacks now onto Justine here.
So Justine can maybe protect. Now, I mean, it's in a way like a last stage attack. I don't see how
You
he
see the
can
Breloom
really
going for a
recover.
protect here. trying
And
to
the
and
Drain
Scruffy
Punch on
going
Kangaskhan
Drain
as
Punch onto
expected.
Kangaskhan, doing over 50% damage.
And recovering as many as possible.
Yes, does the Gothitelle go for a psychic onto the
Well, it goes on.
well,
goes on
Kangaskhan gets another double edge off onto the Gothitelle, which won't do it enough.
Yes,
and activating its
popping the Citrus
Citrus Berry, yes.
in return. So now that he has burned one turn of protect, I would think that the end game, I would think that the likely end game would be for Gothitelle to psychic the
Psychic the Breloom and just Drain Punch
for-
for the...
It's quite a conclusive and commanding win by Ivan, I would say. What do you
Yes.
think?
Yes, it is, but the heat, it was a mistake on Justin's end to lead the Heatran when he knew.
When he really knew that the matchup wasn't favorable.
He's going for a last resort Mount
Yeah.
Punch, but the Drain Punch going off on the Kangaskhan and Psychic most probably going on to the Brandon to pick up the KO and clean the setup.
Yeah, so I think Ivan took game 3 in quite
Yes,
a
Ivan
commanding fashion.
Yeah, setting up the trick room and getting the intimidate, and we see the Psychic going off onto the Brandon here,
Onto
picking
the
out the KO.
KO.
And Ivan takes the set
Ivan.
2-1.
And bringing this win back to Hong Kong.
Yes.
Congratulations to Ivan,
Yes, congratulations to Ivan.
and better luck next time, Justin. And I think both players have played well. Don't
Yes,
you think
both
so?
players have played very well especially the first game was very interesting.
Yes.
Until
But
seeing how-
the thing is, now Justin, I mean, we have to find out later. Some of, especially Game 3's lead
Yes.
decision.
we'll have a player interview with Justin to see what was his thoughts on the set.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so Justin will be coming here for the interview now.
Well. Okay.
That was a good match.
Yeah. So thanks for also for the first thing. Thanks for participating, representing Singapore for
It's
the
my pleasure.
friendly. Yeah. So, well, I think he recovered well in game 2. You took game 1 well, but game 3 decision is really questionable. So
I was weighing my consequences and benefits. Like, if he leads Rain, I'll be completely screwed. But if he leads with anything else, which I've seen him lead, Heatran will have thrived in every other lead. Especially if he let Mawa Gothitelle, I will be able to get a Heat Wave off, and then Mawa will have big problems. Heat Wave onto Gothitelle would have been massive damage as well. And then if I let Breloom with that lead as well, in the rain, Breloom could have made a slight comeback, sporing at least one thing, as he would have to go and scout the Heatran.
yes. So, but the thing is, I'm sure. Actually, in fact, for game 2, he has kept up quite a lot of offensive momentum by bringing rain, right? So, I would thought that would have deterred you to bring Heatran. So, but nonetheless, I think that he might have realized that. So, he again deployed rain against you. So, I mean, if you could play game 3 differently, how would you have done so?
Perhaps I've led with Talonflame Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan could have put on more pressure onto the Kingdra as a double edge would have O-coded it. And then definitely Talonflame getting up Tailwind would have been a big issue for him, especially if he didn't have Gothitelle in the back.
That's true. So, well, I mean, it's just some reflections for you next time. I'm sure that you'll do better again
Yeah.
for us. Thank you so much. And, well, we'll wish you better luck next time.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.